وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُّدَّكِرٍ.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. I welcome you all to class 30 today, inshallah. So what are we going to learn in this class? So we're going back to the basics. We're going to the concept of lesson number 8, which is definite and indefinite nouns. I'm sure everybody will be thinking now, oh, I know about this definite and indefinite. We've learned in book 1, we've learned in book 2. But we're going to go in a little bit more depth, a little bit more detail. So we're trying to understand why we need to know whether a noun is definite or indefinite. So first of all, going to the meanings of these nouns. The definite noun is called ma'arifa. So ma'arifa means that which is known for definite. And nakira, which is general, and it's called indefinite, which is not very specific. So ma'arifa is talking about one particular thing, object, time, place, or nakira is generalized, so it doesn't specify any particular. So this is the two terms. So what we're going to learn in this lesson. So in this lesson, Dr. Abdul Rahim says that the ma'arifa and the nakira, that is the definite, that's al-ma'rifatu, and the indefinite noun. So read this passage. What does it say? A man came to me and said that he was hungry. So here, a man is indefinite. So we don't know. So it could be any man. So some man came and he said he was hungry. He was a stranger. He was a stranger. I gave the man some money. So here now we change it to the man because now we're talking about this particular man. So we already known the subject. So here, so it says here a man is indefinite because he's unknown to you and to your listener, but the man is definite because he has already been mentioned. So this is how a definite and indefinite noun can change the meaning of a sentence. Okay, if he had said a man came to me and had said that he was hungry, he was a stranger, I give a man some money. So it could have been that some man came and he gave money to some other man. So this is how it makes sense. So let's see. So what are the definite nouns in Arabic? So what are the things which we know is being talked about that particular person, thing, object, place? So the first thing, what we know this from book 1, that all the pronouns, huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, nahnu, whether it is damir muttasil, whether it is damir munfasil, all the pronouns are definite. So we got to remember. So what's the second? The proper names. So even we know that the proper names, even if they had tanween, which is a sign of indefinite, but they are definite. It doesn't matter whether they have single dhamma, double dhamma, whatever, but the proper names of person are definite. Demonstrative pronouns. Hada, dhalika, tilka, ulaika, zanika, tanika. So all these demonstrative pronouns are definite because you're pointing to something and telling about something. Relative pronouns. So relative pronouns is again in relation to some other object. We are giving more description. So like allazi, allati, alladhani, allatani. But here we got ma and man. So we've known that ma can be mal mawsulati and man can also behave like a isma mawsula. So those of which, that's what it means. So it gives more description. So that when these words are used, then these are definite. They're talking about one particular thing, group, or person. So this is a definite noun. And a noun, we know, the very first thing we learned in book 1 is that a noun with a definite article al. So any noun which has al, so it's called al-ta'rifi, so al which gives definiteness. So al-kitab, talking about that particular book, or ar-rajul is talking about that man. If it is kitabun, it is indefinite, and ar-rajulun, rajulun will be indefinite, but if you add al, it becomes definite. And you know this as well, you know, when in the relationship of mudaf ilayhi, So whenever its mudaf ilayhi is definite, then the mudaf will also be definite. This is what we need to understand. If the mudaf ilayhi is indefinite, then the mudaf is also indefinite. That is the relationship. So for example, kitabu hamidin, so hamidin is definite, so that's why this kitabu. The thing which we need to remember, that kitabu will not have a definite article al, because it is becoming mudaf. So we need to identify from mudaf ilayhi that what is the status of this mudaf, whether it is definite or indefinite, and any naat, any further description of this mudaf will also be dependent on mudaf ilayhi. If it is definite, then the naat will also be definite. Kitabuhu, so we know all the pronouns. The muttasil here, it is definite, that's why the kitabu will also be definite. Kitabul mudarrisi, see, kitabul, because al is here, this is definite, so that's kitabu will become definite. So kitabul lazi, again here there's isma mawsula, so because it's definite, then this book, this noun will also become a definite noun. So you're talking about that particular, it's not any book. Kitabu hada, again hada ismul ishara, so it is definite, so then this kitab will also be definite. So any mudaf which is any noun which is mudaf to a definite mudaf ilayhi, then that noun will be definite. A noun which has indefinite noun as its mudaf ilayhi, then is indefinite, like kitabu talibin. Talibin, so you can see two kasra, tanween kasra, sign of indefinite. So it is book of a student. We don't say book of the student, book of a student, a student's book. So it could be any student. Baytu mudarrisin, so a teacher's house, any teacher. It's just supposed to be 7 here, it's a typo error here. The next thing is a munada, specified by nida. So we know harfu nida, which is ya. So when you are calling a person, we know the ya has a property that it makes a noun with gives a single dhamma to a noun which is on its own. So like rajulun, so ya rajulu, so you're talking to that particular person. So whenever there is a nida, harfu nida, so the following noun will be definite. Okay, ya waladu, so there will be a single dhamma and is harfu nida, so this will be, you're talking to that particular boy, even though on its own waladun is indefinite, but when you have a harfu nida and single dhamma, need to remember single dhamma, so it is a definite. But they have become indefinite because they are the ones who are meant by the caller. If however an indefinite noun is not specified by the caller, it remains indefinite even if it is after being a munada. For example, suppose a blind man, he can't see a man, but he wants to shout at a person for him to help. So he say, ya rajulan khuz biyadi, hold my hand, hold me by my hand. Okay, so here if you see, ya is followed by a mansoob noun, rajulan. So here this mansoob will tell us that it is indefinite, so he is not meant any particular man because it doesn't see, so whoever can hear his call can hold his hand. So here, whereas if you see a man and if you are calling that particular man, so it's a small thing, but you just need to remember that if it's a single dhamma, if it is marfu noun, that means it's specific. If it is a mansoob followed a munada, then it is indefinite. A nakira becomes a ma'rifa by being a munada, we have seen, whereas a ma'rifa is not affected by nida, which means if we have already a definite noun, for example bilalun, hamidun, when ya comes, it takes only single dhamma, but it's already definite, so it doesn't make any change, so the noun remains definite. So hope you get this one. So just recap that proper nouns will be definite, demonstrative pronouns going to be definite, all the relative pronouns going to be definite, a noun which is a mudaf to a definite mudaf ilayhi is going to be definite, and you got harfu nida, so that is going to be munada it's going to be definite if it is a single dhamma. So let's go to the main lesson, inshallah. So that is ad-darsu thamina. Darsu thamina. Thamina comes from thamaniya, so it is 8th lesson. So here we're going to have a scenario where a boy is going to a stationery shop and he's going to buy things, and here we're going to understand how to identify definite and indefinite nouns. That's the exercise of this lesson. That's the main concept. So we'll see how the dialogues are constructed by Ibrahim. Al-Mushtari. So Al-Mushtari, so we need to know, see Al, so we say this is definite noun. So here Ismun Marifatun bi Alit Tarifi. That's how we describe. So Al of Tarif is attached, and we need to know what type of noun is it. Mushtari. So we see mu and we see kasra, so we know it is ism fa'il. And what is the form? Is ishtara. Ishtara. So it is form 8. So it comes from there. That's how we go to deep into the words now. So al-mushtari, that is the buyer. Buyer. Ishtara means to buy. So the buyer, he is saying to the shopkeeper, aladayka aqlamun. So we know is a harful istifham. Laday, we know it is zarf, just like in the, and this mudaf ilayka is your definite. This is the main muttasil, it's a definite now. So do you have aqlamun? So what is aqlamun? We see tanween dhamma, is indefinite now. So it's saying, do you have pens? So could be any pen. So now let's see what it says. Sahibul mahalli. So again, just analyze this noun here. We know Sahibul Mahalli means the owner of the shop, the shopkeeper, you can say. So he says, why is this? Is Sahibu definite? So we are looking at the mudaf ilahi. Does mudaf ilahi definite? Yes, it is, because it's got al. So we know marifatun bi alit tarifi. So Sahibul Mahalli. So that's what the Sahib is also definite. He says, Naam ladayna aqlamu hibrin wa aqlamu jaffatin. So he says, we have. So again, we know na is the muttasil definite. Lada is there. Aqlamu hibrin. So we are saying, is aqlamu definite? So go to mudaf ilayhi. Have a look here. So hibrin is your indefinite. So what is hibrin? Means ink pen. So we have ink pen. Wa aqlamun. See? Wa aqlamun jaffatun. Jaffatun means ball pens, writing. So we have ball pens and ink pens, but it is again indefinite because the mudaf ilayhi is indefinite. So the buyer asks, a'atini zaka. So again, a'atini. So this is a new word. See, a'ata yu'ti. So what form is this? We need to understand how many words are making this word here. So there are 2 words here. In fact, 3 actually, if you see. So a'ata ending with alif maksura, it is form 4. So yu'ti. Yu'ti will be your mudari'. And if you take 5 in your pocket, yu'ti, tu'ti, tu'ti, u'ti, nu'ti. And if you want to make amar from tu'ti, is anta. So you take away tu and you take away the harfi illa. You take away the harfi illa, and then we have to bring the hamzatul qata because it's form 4. So we know that we bring hamzatul qata. So what we have is a'ti. So a'ti with kasra, that is your fail amr. Majzoomun bi hazafi harfi illa, noon, noonu wiqaya, and ya mutakallim. So he says, give me. See, or we say, Rabbana a'atina. So give us. So when we say Rabbana a'atina fid dunya, so when we say dua, so this is the word which is coming from form 4. It is amr. So here he is telling to shopkeeper that a'atini zaka. Zaka means a short form of zalika. So which one is he showing? So you know zaka is definite. So he's pointing at something. What is he pointing? Here there's a description in the bracket here. Say yushiru ila qalamin. See yushiru. Again we need to see what type of word. We have got you. So we need to is it from fail mazid fihi? What type of word is it? ashara, yushiru. Again it is form 4, but it is ajwaf, it's got alif. And yushiru means point. So he points, or he's pointing, ila to qalamin. Again qalamin is indefinite, he points to the pens. And sahibul mahalli says hada, again it's definite, he's telling is this. Mushtari says la alladhi fawqahu. See, no, the one that is. See, allazi ismul mawsula. So we know ismul mawsula will have silatul mawsul, and this is definite. The one that is fawqa. Fawqa means above, and again it is your zarf, and who is your mudaf ilayhi is this definite noun here. The one that is above it. Sahibul mahalli. Hada is this one. Does it say naam? Yes. وَأَعْطِنِي قَلَمَ رَصَاصٍ. See, it says أعطيني again. أعطى يعطي أعطي نون وقاية يا متكلم, and رصاص is your lead. So give me a lead pen, or can say pen pencil. صاحب المال says هذا قلم رصاص. So I should take this lead pen. So again here we see here رصاص is indefinite. That's how this قلم will be indefinite, and هذا is definite. So al-mushtari أعطيني دفترا. So again أعطيني, so when it's amr, nun wiqaya mutakallim, give me daftaran. So again daftaran is coming maf'ulun bihi for أعطى, and it is indefinite because it is a tanween and there's no al. So give me a notebook. So Sahibul Mahal, the shopkeeper, says ad-dafatiru, the notebooks. Again this is a definite noun. We'll say al-ismun ma'rifatun bi al-ta'rifi anwa'un mukhtalifatun. So say different types. Anwa means type, naw'un, and anwa'un means types, mukhtalifatun means different. So that's coming as a nat. Again it's indefinite here. So the notebooks are different types. So what types we don't know, there's just different types, so it's indefinite. Ayya naw'in turidu. So we need to understand why there is ayya, why there is no ayyu or ayyi. It is no ayyu because it is not mubtada, and it's not ayyi because there is no harf jar. But ayya, why it is ayya? Because it's coming as a maf'ulun bihi for turidu. Okay, and because it is a particle of asking question, it comes first. So ayya nawin, and we know ayya always comes as mudaf, and the noun after it will be mudaf ilayhi. So which type do you want? So that's what it said, turidu. So al-mushtari says uridu daftaran za waraqi مسطر على غلافه خريطة العالم الإسلامية. So let's understand this one. أريد, again we know أراد يريد is form 4. So دفترا is indefinite coming as a مفعول به. I want a notebook. ذا ورق, again we know ذو, ذا and ذي, this always comes as a مضاف, and the noun after it will be مضاف إليه. So here it's coming as a not for دفترا. So I want a notebook. What type of notebook? That which is having or possessing waraqin. So waraqin, again it is your mudaf ilayhi, and musattarin is your not. Again this is indefinite because waraqin is indefinite. Musattarin is lined notebook, in the pages which has line. It's not a plain book. Ala ghilafihi, and upon its cover. Ghilaf means cover, and again here he is your pronoun damir muttasil definite. That's why this ghilaf will become definite. So but I want with lines, but definitely on its cover should be something. What is kharitatul alamil islami? So let's understand here. Kharitatu means map. So map of it, mudaf ilayhi. So let's see if this kharitatu is definite. So mudaf ilayhi is definite because it is ma'rifatun bil al-tarifi. So this al here. So al-alami is word. Islami, so this is coming as a not for alami. It's Islamic world map. So I want a notebook that has lines on it, and upon cover of which there is a map of the Muslim Islamic world. Sahib Mali, he gives and he says, Aturidu shay'an akhara. Aturidu shay'an akhara. Do you want anything else? So she says, La. That's it. So he took pen, pencil, and he took a notebook. So Sahibul Mahalli. So what he does, Sahibul Mahalli, is anything in the bracket is describing the scenario. So yunadibnahu. So again, nada. So what is yunadi? Nada is form 3 is calling. He called, and yunadi is he's calling. So he's calling ibna, who ibna is your mafulun bihi for yunadi, and who is your mudaf ilayhi. So he calls his son, ya waladu. See, ya waladu, oh boy, or oh my son. So again, waladu here it is it definite or indefinite? It is definite because followed by harfun nida, and it is not mansub, it is having one dhamma. It is understood. Da' hadhihi al-ashya'a fi kisin. Da' is your amr, and hadhihi is your mafulun bihi, and al-ashya'a is badal. So is al-ashya, hadhihi is definite, and al-ashya'a coming as badal, that is also definite. Fi kisin. Kisin is your bag. So lil mushtari, again he tells to the buyer, Atilmizun anta. Are you, tilmizun means student. Are you a student? So again, tilmizun is an indefinite, is a nakira. Anta is your definite because all pronouns are definite. So are you a student? So al-mushtari says, Naam. Yes. Masmuk. So it's a ma, again it is a harf al-istifham, or ism al-istifham. Ismu is your mudaf here. Is that definite? Yes, it is definite because ka is definite. So that's why it is ma'arifa. So al-mushtari said, he says, Ismi malikun. So my name, again ismu, ya mutakallim, mudaf ilayhi. Malikun, is malikun definite? Yes, it is, because all proper names, even if they have tanween, they are definite. So my name is Malik. Sahib al-Mali. Fi ayyi madrasatin tadrusu. So in which, again here it is ayyi, we know why, because it's harf jar. Madrasatin tadrusu. So in which madrasa, again it is nakira, because it is indefinite. In which school do you study? Malik says, Fi madrasati Umar Thanawiyyati. So again, it's very nice to see here what type of, what do we understand here. So fi in harf jar madrasati. So now we need to say, is this madrasati definite or indefinite? So look at the mudaf ilahi. But mudaf ilahi, we see it is having fatha. So why it is having fatha? Because Umaru is your mamnu' min sarf, it's diptoed. So Umaru, Umara, and Umara. So it is, even though it is majroor, it is having fatha. Because Umaru is definite, because it's a proper name, so this madrasati is also definite. So in an Athanawiyyati is coming as a not for madrasa. And if you see here, it's got al, because now this madrasa is definite. So any not what will come, it will also be definite. Thanawiyyati, secondary. So from Ithnan, Thanawiyyati. So in secondary school of Umar. That's how you translate. Yusallimu lahul waladu ashiya'a fi kisin. So yusallimu lahu. In last class we did yusallimu ala. Yusallimu ala means to say assalamu alaikum, or to send peace, salutations. But yusallimu lahu means to give. So he gives al-waladu, the boy, al-ashya'a. So al-ashya'a fi kisin, the things in the bag. وَيَدْفَعُ مَالِكٌ قِيمَتَهَا. So dafa'a yadfa'u is either it means push or to pay. So here it means he pay. So who pays? Malikun is your fa'il for yadfa'u. He pays qimata. Pays what? The price for it. Why it is ha? Because ashiya'a is kullu jama mu'annas. That's why it's referred to as ha. So he pays, the Malik pays this, right? وَيَخْرُجُ, and he's leaving. Mudariya used to picturize, so we can imagine that he is going. So what happens now when he goes, starts to go? Sahibul mahalli, ya maliku. See, now you see, we know it when ya comes, becomes single dhamma. So ya maliku ta'al. See, ta'al. So we're going to see this interesting word here. So what does this means? Ta'ala. So it comes from the base verb ta'ala. And what form is this? As you see, ta and form 3, ala, 4-letter verb. It is 3 plus 3, it is form 6. Form 6. And we know form 5 and form 6, they are everything fatha, fatha, fatha. Ta'ala, and mudariya will be yata'ala. So what does ta'ala means? Ta'ala means is to come, or to ascend, or to rise. So that's what it means. And if we just quickly, and if you see it is naqis ending with alif maksura, so we need to quickly conjugate and just brush up ourselves. So if you see ta'ala, ta'ala ya, ta'alaw, ta'alaw, ta'alat, ta'alata, ta'alayna. So it's a hunna, ta'alayna. So from there it's easy. Ta'atumatum, ta'alayta, ta'alaytuma, ta'alaytum, ta'alayti, ta'alaytuma, ta'alaytunna, ta'alaytu, ta'alayna. And mudari', what we have? Yata'ala, yata'ala, yata'alayani, yata'alawna, yata'alawna. Because fatha is compatible with waw. Tata'ala, tata'alayani, tata'alayna. Tata'ala, anta, tata'alayani, antuma, tata'alawna. Tata'alayna, tata'alayani, tata'alayna. Ata'ala, nata'ala. So this is mudari'. So how do we make amr? So amr is made in this form, second person. So what we do, we take away ta and we take away hazafi harfi illa, and what is left is your ta'ala. So but when we are calling somebody, you say ta'al. Originally it means ta'ala. So ta'ala ya, here noon is dropped. Ta'alo, again noon is dropped. Ta'alay, anti, ta'alay. So anti is ta'alayna. Ibrahim has to say about this fa'al that ta'ala, which means come, or we say ta'al, that's normally used. This verb is used only in amr. So what happens? The madi and mudari'a is not used, which means to come, or he came, or he comes. Okay, in the madi and mudari'a, the verbs ja'a, or yaji'u, or ata, ya'ati. See, ata with ta, the third letter, not with ta. Okay, are used. For example, it says ja'ani bilalun amsi. So ja'a is the fa'il, bilalun is your fa'il. Nunun al-qiyam mutakallim. Bilal came to me yesterday. Bilal came to me yesterday. La ta'atini gadan. So again, la ta'ati. So again, ata ya'ati. So ta'ati with hazafi harfi illa, because it's a naqis. So that's your majzoom, because this is la nahiya tufidu amr. Don't come to me gadan, tomorrow. So don't come to me tomorrow. So these are the two verbs which are used in the madi and mudari'a. But ta'ala is not used. It is used in amr to call somebody to come. So here ta'ala is not to other pronouns of the second person, which means that when in the amr, if it is two people, you say, if it is plural, you say ta'alaw ya ikhwan. So depending upon who is addressed, so you use a proper amr form. Ta'alay ya Khadija, come here ta'alay. Ta'alayna ya akhwat, so come here. This is mabni. I think we made a mistake previously there. So if you see here, so the appropriate pronoun is used for depending on whichever group it is addressed to. So the verb ta'ala is however used in madi and mudari' in the sense of he went up, he rose up, or he was exalted. Which means we used in everyday life, we say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa ta'ala means he is above, he is exalted, he is above any imperfections, he ascended, he rose. Those are the meanings which we use when we use it in madi and mudari'. But other than that, the use of this verb is not much and only the amr form, which is ta'al, which is originally is ta'ala, but because we stop, we say ta'al. It was originally means come up or ascend, then it came to mean just come. So this is a little bit brief summary of what is this verb about and how it is used. So here Sahib al-Mahal is telling, Ya Maliku ta'al, come here, come. Lawhatun jamilatun tahwi ayatin wa ahaditha. So let's analyze this one. Hadihi is your ismul ma'rifa, it's definite, it's ismul ishara. But lawhatun jamilatun. So we can see it's indefinite noun and the naat is going to be indefinite. So lawhatun means it's like a frame or a picture which has a picture. Jamilatun is beautiful. So the beautiful, a frame. Tahwi. Tahwi is hawa yahwi is to contain. So this is a beautiful frame which contains ayatin. So we see ayatin jama muannas salim. So here, even though it is kasra, we know this is mansoob for coming as a maf'ulun bihi. So now we know it is ayatin, even it is kasra, it is maf'ulun bihi. Wa ahaditha. So ahaditha is mafa'ila, is muntahul jami. So it is a tiptoed, mamnu' min sarf. So in this coming as a mawtufun ala. So hadihi lawhatun jamilatun tahwi ayatin wa ahaditha. This is a beautiful frame which contains ayat from the Quran and ahadith. Hadiyatun laka. So it is a gift for you. So Malik said, Shukran. He said, thank you. Yaqra'u, and he reads, Ma indakum yanfadu wa ma indallahi baqin. Surah An-Nahl 96. So what does it mean here? So again, ma means here is ma al-mawsuliya. So it is definite. That which indakum, that you have, that is with you, yanfadu. Yanfadu means is to perish. So it gets exhausted. So whatever you have, it will perish or it will get exhausted. Yanfadu. Wama indallahi, and that which, and here indallahi, again it is zarf and Allah is lafzul jalala mudaf ilayhi. So that which is with Allah is baqin. So baqin, again it is and it remains. So baqa yabqi, baqin, it is manqus. So when we see two kasra here, which is actually marfu. Baqiyun, so ya is dropped and compensatory kasra is given. So ma indakum yanfadu wa ma indallahi baqin. So whatever you have, that which you possess, that which you have is going to perish, but what is with Allah will remain. And go to hadith. Say, al-muslimu man salim al-muslimuna min lisanihi wa yadihi. So beautiful. In today's current scenario, this is the most important hadith we need to follow. Is a Muslim, the Muslim. This is al-Muslimu, the Muslim. So he's talking about that. Each one of us, the Muslim is the one. So man here is, again, it is coming as a ismul mawsula here. It is definite. A Muslim is the one. Salima. Salima is he is safe or he is protected. Al-Muslimuna. So again, al-Muslimuna. So jama muzakkar salim, alamatu raf'ihi noon bi subuti noon. So here it is coming as a fa'il. So he is protected. So the Muslim from whom, and the Muslims are protected, min lisanihi, from his tongue, from min lisanihi wa yadihi, and from his hand. So we are not Muslims unless the other Muslims are protected by our tongues and by our hands. Rawahul shaykhan. So rawa, again, that's a verb with naqis. So when you get a maf'ul and be attached, so this alif maksura is changed to alif. Narrated by shaykhan. Who are this shaykhan? Two shaykhs, that is al-Muslim wal Bukhari. So this is the hadith. So with this hadith, we come to the end of our class 30. So identifying the definite and indefinite nouns and understanding the concept, who it is being referred to and what it is being talked about. So inshallah, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Again, we're going to do some exercises in our next class. Until then, keep learning, keep practicing, keep spreading Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi